welcome to episode 27 of SOHO Insights.
Where each week we talk about the latest products, services, and trends that help your small office, home office be more productive, efficient, and fun.
Hello, I'm Kathy.
And I'm Jen, and this episode is all about mommy blogging. We have just spent the last week or so just full of mommy bloggers.
I have to say this is going to be a fun episode because of the mommy bloggers. They've inspired us and made my mood lighter.
Are we technically mommy bloggers? Because I'm a mom and I blog, and you're a mom and you blog.
Yeah, but I think I'm an old,
You're an old mom.
I'm not the hip
This
one.
is my mom, and she's also my business partner. So
I wanted to be hip, young and hip at the time I was having you guys and doing all of this. So I'm so thrilled that I was able to go to that mommy blogger. We'll talk about all
Yeah,
this.
but anyway, so the first event that I went to was Bloggy Bootcamp, which is by sitsgirls.com, which is SITSgirls.com.
Check them out.
And I didn't know what to expect when I went to this event. I've never been to a blogging conference. I thought the name was a little silly, Bloggy Bootcamp, but it was fabulous. That was a picture of Marlon, who we've gotten to interview in the past year, part of our virtual road trip.
We'll be doing it again this year.
Yeah, and she is the sweetest person ever, and I got to meet her in real life. And
finally.
Yes, finally. Connect with her on Twitter, and I'll have the link over at ovaleye.tv with all that information. She gave a great talk, and a lot of the other speakers were absolutely fabulous. And some of them carried over to...
Time.
I did. Some of them carried... Oh, another one was David Mirasu, one of the brands that sponsored it.
You can't see,
yeah,
but
you can't see. She's cheersing you with Mirasu wine.
Yes, it inspired me to buy their wine today.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. You got to hear a story, and but anyway, so that was the first event. The second event was Social Media Club Seattle, which just happened to be marketing to moms, and it was the first time I went to a Social Media Club Seattle event. There might be one in your location, so look up Social Media Club, and again, we'll include links over
a lot of fun.
at Ovaleye.tv.
I got to go.
Yeah, that was the panel. Mom went with me, and it was funny because
packed.
Afterwards, Mom was just like, "What just happened?"
I know,
She even
texted
texted
her.
me. We couldn't sit next to each other because it was so busy.
Where are you? I feel like I'm in a secret club.
Yeah, it was hilarious. So anyway, but you were saying the whole time that since I've joined my mom, and especially since I've had my baby, Mom's just been like, I wish I had this opportunity. I wish I had what the internet provides you now. I wish we had what cloud computing provides you
and that
when I was your age.
I mean, it's a whole community of blogging mamas, basically, and they all get together, and we went, and you walk into this place that wherever you network, it depends on who's there, but these women that we went to, and then there were a couple husbands too there, they just greet you with open arms the minute you walk in, and it's just really warm and fuzzy because I think they're
warm
moms.
And fuzzy.
Yeah. It was warm and fuzzy and happy.
I know. Mom was like, they were just like me. They just came up to you and asked about you, and it's just so nice to be in an event where people come and are interested in talking to you.
So I felt very comfortable.
It was funny.
For my first time.
Yeah. So anyway, Mom was really excited because she wished she had that when she was my age, and now I'm get it all.
Very jealous and happy that you get to do that.
Yeah. So anyway, this episode we're talking about the first part is secrets of the web hosting world to our little mommy blogger friends that we've just made friends with.
Because we actually have a lot of knowledge to give to these people that blog and to, that have these huge communities.
Yeah, so we're starting with novice, then we're going to amateur, and we're going to pro. And then at the very end of the episode, we're giving you 3 secrets that we learned from their world.
It's like the Harry Potter
There
world.
weren't a whole lot of brands at either event, so I feel like that we are the keeper of secrets. So we're going to give them to you.
Okay.
So we're starting off with novice. We're giving you 1 tip and 1 tool. The tip that we're giving you is to be blogging on self-hosted WordPress. And I feel like a lot of mommy bloggers know this already.
But I followed a lot of the moms after the event, and a lot of them are on Blogspot.
Yes, but you start off on Blogspot because you're sitting at home and you hear about blogging, you follow a couple of blogs, and the first place you go, is Blogspot because you don't know any better.
Too.
You get a great community started, and then you're thinking about monetizing it, making a business out of it, and you're stuck.
The first time I did blog, it was stupid too, but my blog was stupid. I did try Blogspot too.
That's funny. Mom started off first as a music
lady,
store,
yeah.
and then went to downloading music,
I wonder if
and
it's
then
still
went
there.
to
I should
hosting.
look. Well, we're comparing Blogspot or free blogging situations to our WordPress.
Self-hosted WordPress, which
And,
we offer.
Our analogy was when we bought a stroller for Jen's baby when we went to Disneyland 2 months ago.
Well, I have a picture of it. It's a cheap stroller picture.
It was like $20 to $30 from Target, and
It's sideways. I'm sorry.
But we thought, to get on the airplane and stuff, you needed that because she has a bob at home, and we thought,
That's gonna be a lot of work.
and,
Yeah.
we had the whole family going, so we get to Disneyland, and she parks with her husband the little stroller that's $20 to $30. By the way, you can't even get Kelly, our grandson, into this stroller very well. It's like a doll stroller, and they park it, and Shane, her husband, goes, maybe if we leave it here, somebody will take it.
No, he said no one will take it because it's a cheap one. But
Everybody else had the bob.
yeah. So anyway, I have the bob, and that's what I run with, and that's the big durable. And again, this is an awful picture, and it's sideways. Oh my goodness.
Who
But anyway,
cares?
this
Keep
is my
going.
baby, and
Yes.
we always use the bob. It's big, it's durable, it's super strong, and it's just flashy to have too. I always feel very impressive when I roll
feel
up with
really
the bob.
good. Yes.
But the cheap stroller, it was embarrassing. We went down to the beach, and like there was this tiny little bump, and Kelly was just like, "Whoa!" So
But we could carry it well on the beach.
the cheap stroller is like Blogspot. It's great to start off with. It definitely has its merits. It's
It
a
did.
nice,
It was very easy to
but
use.
it's kind of like a toy. It feels like a toy. Self-hosted WordPress is the bob. It's durable. It's strong. You can take it anywhere
and
and
it
feel
lasts
proud.
for years, and that's what.
Yeah.
I
So
think the
anyway,
WordPress is.
now, so that was our tip and tool for the novice.
The
For
analogy.
amateur, we're gonna say you need to move over to self-hosted WordPress. I'm really sorry. It's not as hard as it seems.
It's more professional too, because you're trying to get those big brands to follow.
Well,
you.
and like they were saying at Bloggy Bootcamp, you don't make money blogging from ads. You just don't. You make it from offering the expertise that you found out from blogging, from lifestyle blogging. You offer that to local businesses, and that's how you make money. And the only way that you can really fully build your website out into a content management system that will take in business too is by using self-hosted WordPress. So really think about that. And if it's hard for you, if you don't know where to start, contact us. We're at ovaleye.com. We have a blogging package that starts at $54.95 a year. It's a free month and a free domain, but no email. And that's how we get to keep it so
and
low.
every Friday Jen hosts a nice little WordPress.
Yeah, which is tomorrow morning. I'm really
Yes.
excited. It's our
It's
support
called?
group, WordPress support group.
Yes.
It's pretty simple.
Every Friday for an hour.
Yeah, so we're talking to amateurs now. The next thing that we're talking about is page loading time. Now, you moms, like they talked to, I think it was Jenny on the Spot, who's a local blogger here, and she's a lifestyle blogger.
Follow her.
She talked about cleaning up your design. And yes, mommy bloggers, we love to put all the badges up. We love to be loyal to our brands, but at the same time, we need to make sure our pages load faster so that people don't leave.
Some of them I immediately
yeah,
got
if it
out
takes
of,
a while
so
to
you gotta
load.
watch it.
The biggest thing that is a trend in mommy blogging right now is using a lot of photos. You all have those fancy Ashton
cute.
Kutcher cameras and
Yeah.
everything, so you're doing a fabulous
Make
job
'em
making.
littler.
Yeah, you're making gorgeous photos and putting them on your blog, but you've got to use.
Nobody's going to wait for them to download.
Yes,
and
but
you
you
got to
have to
use
use
Picnic.
Picnic.
I think this is, and we've said it a million times, and we should get them to sponsor this. Because we use
I don't
them so
think they
often.
need it. Yeah, they're a fabulous programs. PICNIK.com. It's free. There's also, we have a paid membership to it because there's some fun little things that you can get to
I use it
edit
all
your
the
photos
time.
if it's paid. So check out picnic.com and make sure that it's 72 DPI for your photos, and Picnic does a great job of helping you out with that, and that they're not too large and will slow down
And
your website.
test your website. If those
Oh,
photos are loading too long.
The last one is plugins. Make sure you clean out your plugins. People
was-
have, as web hosts, if people, they'll call us and be like, why is my page loading so slow? It's like, well, you
Plugins.
look in and there's like 100 plugins. They don't update them, and they're all, some of them they don't
Those
use.
are cool to use, but really they're not very good for your SEO. So watch
It's
out
not
for
SEO,
those.
it's page loading,
Sorry,
which I guess will affect SEO sometimes.
it
But
will.
just make sure you clean out those plugins.
Okay.
So that was amateur. We went over novice the first, and we're going to pro. So if you're a pro, you're an amateur because you.
I'm definitely an amateur. I'm not a pro.
Yeah, you just do it to build community, to let people know what's going on, and to kind of explore WordPress and be able to be in our client shoes.
And I add all the photos, and I blog once a week. I do not blog every day.
I would consider myself an amateur as well. Pros are people that blog a lot. They blog daily, more than once a day, and then they also may monetize their blog. So pros,
and I've seen some really good pros out there
yeah,
too.
so pros, we have 3 tips and tools for you. The first one is Control Panel. You need to use Plesk. I'm sorry, Parallels Plesk is the control panel to use, and some of you might not even know what a control panel is. I talk to a lot of women that they're like, my husband set it up for me, which is totally fine.
Quite a few of them did that, right?
Yeah, but be the master of your domain. And know how to use your control panel.
Plesk panel really has this real pretty nice inviting look. It's very user friendly.
But the biggest thing, I really feel like it was made with small businesses in mind. Plesk is out of Renton, which is about an hour away from us, and we were actually invited down there to give our opinions on what we really wanted to see and what our clients wanted to see.
Us.
They did.
Yes.
It's awesome. And so the other thing that they do that is really beneficial for mom bloggers is users. You're able to set up users that if you have one graphic designer that's working with you, you can create a user and password very easily and give it to them. If you have an accountant, if you have your husband, and then you can remove them.
They won't get into your private things, so it's very nice.
So the next one is server stats versus Google Analytics, and every hosting account has it. You're basically comparing cookie-generated stats, which if you're a pro, you know what that means, versus what's actually happening on the server.
I think these two combined work well. I don't think you should do one or the other. I think you should do both.
Yeah.
And I was just looking at our Google Analytics and our web stats today, and there's a huge difference in what Google gives and what the web stats.
Some people have cookies disabled, and so it creates issues. So just make sure, if you're really monetizing your blog and you want that number to be totally true, make sure you're comparing stats. The last tip that we are giving you is to add web conferencing to increase revenue and to build community within your blogging. Ovaleye offers web conferencing to our clients, and this is something that's been huge in our business.
And Jen's an expert, I would say.
Well, I wouldn't say an expert, but I would definitely say
she uses it all the time to communicate with people.
It's amazing. If I talk to a prospective client, I always say, can I just jump onto web conferencing with you? You can share your desktop, you can do video, you can do chat, you can do telephone.
On Fridays you do that for the blog.
Yeah, I do that with the support group.
Check it out
I use
tomorrow
it
morning.
all the time.
Oh,
so
wait, this is going live though tomorrow morning.
So the biggest thing though with web conferencing is that you can private label it. At least with the one that Ovaleye sells via our control panel with Plesk. It's an app that you purchase and it starts at $25 a month.
And not a lot of people know about this.
You can completely brand it to yours. If you're working with a brand, say you're working with Downey or someone like that, you can even brand it to their brand, and then invite people in to talk about Downey during some kind of chat.
Like it and all that.
It's just a way of, instead of using Twitter and Facebook, you're really creating your own community there and making sure that you can monetize that appropriately.
Nicely. Okay,
so those were 3 tips. Now we're talking, so we went over novice, amateur, and pro as web hosts and our secrets that we can give to you. Now we're talking as brands, as a brand to other brands.
That's the best part of going to that Mommy Blogger, what was it called again? On Tuesday.
And that was Social Media Club Seattle.
And it gave all these great secrets to how you would connect with the mommy bloggers, because the mommy bloggers really get the word out for these brands.
So the person that we learned all of our secrets from, or the majority of it, it was funny, I came home on Saturday, she spoke at Bloggy Boot Camp, and I was like, this woman is amazing.
I met her too.
Yeah, so I made a point of introducing her to Mom. It's Carol Schiller. She's local in Seattle, and she's the director of marketing for Cozy. And she had fabulous insights on mommy bloggers. And the first point that she really brought home to me was that mommy blogging is one spoke in the mommy wheel. So if you're really targeting moms, it was funny, she asked people to raise hands, how many of you think that, mommy blogging is the way to connect to mommies? And there was probably like 1 or 2 people that really rose their hand. So
it's a big eye-opening experience to hear these things.
Yeah, so it's important to remember that moms are in many other places. I even asked my Facebook community who reads mommy blogs, and 2 people responded, and one of them said no. So it's a good perspective on things, not to diminish the mommy blogging community in any way.
Seems to love mommy bloggers.
Yeah.
Too.
So the second point is to be in the space and be present, and this is what another point Carol Schiller really brought home on Tuesday to us, was to just be there. They hold Twitter parties, things like that. And as moms ourselves, maybe not you so much, you're a Grammy now.
Yeah.
She's a Grammy, so I guess it's kind of the same. But I love being at these Twitter parties, so I'm
And
more
how
than
many
happy to
you
have our
been
brand
in
there.
since we went?
I went to two last night, and I went to one tonight. They're just fun, and why not bring your brand into that space? So I loved that advice. Thank you very much, Carol, and I highly recommend it.
Yeah, maybe you could say some of those too.
Yeah, so the
Ovaleye TV.
third point is, this is our last thing. This is our last secret of the mommy blogging community.
People dealing with people.
Yeah. No, it sounds really simple. But
Very simple.
we have multiple bloggers that will pitch us. Our tiny little brand, we're Ovaleye, we're web hosting. You know how much we charge for web hosting, right? It starts at $4.95 a month. And so they come to us and say $2,000 for a name mention at the beginning of a YouTube video. And it makes me laugh. It's hard, and I understand, and I think their community is so incredibly valuable, and I would love to have them mention our name, but at the same time, when they say that, it's an automatic shutdown in me, and
We're out the door.
Well, and it's upsetting, because I really want to get involved in their community, but we just don't have the money there. And when I was talking to Carol about it, she understood, and she related to me and said, you know what, use this as a negotiating point. Don't undervalue their brand, but at the same time say, this is exactly what I am interested in working with you on, and then go from there, which I really valued. Thank you very much, Carol. And so that was our 3 secrets from the mommy blogging world for you. That was the last time. I feel like I talked a lot in it, but I went to both events. So.
Actually, this has been a really fun episode because we are mommies, though I'm an old grandma.
You're a Grammy.
I really value what mommies can bring to the internet too, and how you can grow your businesses, your brand, whatever you want now. The sky's the limit. So this is Kathy and Jen with Ovaleye.tv. Please tune in for next week, and we'll talk to you next week. Oh, by the way, what is this wine we're drinking?
Merci.
Yeah, merci. Thank you.